Recording this. Well, like I said, thousands of people from all over the world are getting started on this platform. And it's so funny because there's so many other companies that are out there, but they just don't know what they don't know. They don't understand how many people are winning on this platform. They really don't. Every other company that I've been a part of inside of the space, it was like very little amounts of people that were actually making money in trading. And it's not necessarily because the companies, they sucked or anything like that. It's because trading is hard. Trading is a hard skill to learn, right? That's why we have this company. That's why we have this community so we can come together and learn the skill and change our life. But you know what our company has? We have something called Tap to Trade, right? If you've been making some money with Tap to Trade, guys, I want you to drop a one inside the chat. I know Joel Arias has been absolutely crushing it. I see all your stories. I see everyone's testimonials in the chat. I'm telling you guys, if you were to have seen through my eyes the journey for the last 6 to 7 years inside of, trading and network marketing, you would be baffled if you're seeing what I'm seeing right now. It is unbelievable how many people are having success, right? Now, if you're someone on this call that's brand new, or someone on this call that hasn't, processed a withdrawal yet or, made profits in trading, overall, actually, just understand your time is coming. Okay. Your time is coming. How many years did I say I've been trading for again? Somebody drop it in the chat. How many years have I been trading for? 9 years. Okay. Some of you are on this call and you're like 45 days in and you're like, oh, I can't believe I haven't made profits yet. Like, oh, I'm so angry and frustrated. That's why we do these calls, is because on this call, the way we're going to start it off is I'm going to talk to you about trading. You need to know certain things about this industry. You need to have proper expectations so you don't drive yourself crazy, right? Everybody on the planet is so addicted to instant gratification. They want results now, right? People sit there and scroll on reels all day and just get dopamine bursts, right? Well, with trading, guys, you cannot rush the process. Okay. There's people that you're seeing in the chats that are taking three, four, $5,000 withdrawals, and you're comparing yourself to them. You're like, man, I'm doing the exact same thing as them. Why don't I get these same exact, results? The reality is one, you're not doing the exact same thing, but two, you don't know how long they've been doing it for. You don't know what they had to go through to get those results. They could be doing it for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you're sitting there at 30 days in, like, I deserve those results, right? I'm not saying that when you're brand new, you don't deserve to make money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying make sure you have proper expectations. Trading is a difficult skill to learn, but we have one of the best pieces of technology in the space. That's why thousands of people are flocking towards this company. It's the absolutely best moment in time for you to take this serious. And so huge kudos to everybody who's showing up to these calls, people that are tapped in, staying around the fire and are ready to take it to the next level. So a couple things about trading that I want to, lay out if you're brand new. We're going to be going over several things on this call. Okay. I'm going to be talking about trading and expectations and some important stuff that you need to know. Then I'm going to be passing it to one of my business partners. He's one of the best traders that I personally know. His name's Jay Patnode. He's going to get on here and actually do a chart markup session. Now, if you're brand new, his chart markup session, if you're absolutely new, it might be a little advanced for you. Okay. But that's why you need to go through the academy. Okay. I see so many people who get started that just want to do tap the trade. They don't even touch the academy. It's possible for you to make money for sure. I've seen people do it, but I'm telling you, the universe is watching you. The universe gives you what you deserve. Okay. If you put in the work and you stay consistent and you actually complete the academy and you are doing repetition, you eventually will win. Okay. If you're just doing tap the trade, you can still win, but you're banking on a limb there. Okay. So, one of the first things I want to get into trading is, just understanding the time frame of it. Okay. Tap the trade is a very interesting feature. Obviously, all of us on this call, guys, we get notifications on our phone and we can literally just click a button. It is easy. It's very easy to take a tap to trade. Guys, if you've taken too many tap to trades in one day, I want you to drop a one in the chat. Too many. If you've taken too many tap to trades in one day that you shouldn't have been taken, drop a one in the chat. Okay. Yeah, I see some ones coming in there. Now, why do you think you took too many in one day? Someone put in the chat, why do you think you took too many in one day? Emotion trading. Yup. Excited emotions. Didn't follow the trading plan. FOMO. Impulsive. No plan setup. Gambling. Lack of self-control. Greedy. It's a very similar pattern I'm hearing, right? You're taking all these different tap to trades. One, because it's easy. It is easy to click approve, right? But just because it's easy doesn't mean you should be doing it. Okay. There is rules that you want to follow with tap to trade. For an example, if you happen to make 1% on your account growth for the day, or even, any sort of growth, stop trading for the day. Okay. Take your win for the day, right? I heard a quote when I got started in trading: as long as the outcome is income. Okay. As long as the outcome is income. Okay. If it's a green day, it's a good day, right? Everybody tries to go for these home runs, and that's why they lose. Okay. So we're going to talk about, obviously, what are some, goals for growth and everything like that. But just understand trading takes time to learn. Okay. You got to understand how to control your emotions. You got to understand that everyone here has the same products, the same tap to trades, the same services, the same company, the same comp plan, the same educators, the same markets that we're trading. It's us individually that are different. Okay. So it's important to understand with trading, you need, excuse me, you need to take full responsibility of what trades you're taking, what your results are. It's your responsibility. Okay. That's one of the first things in trading. Now, I've seen people come in to, obviously start trading with us. And in the span of like, I think it was a month or two, I watched a kid out of Wisconsin make over $100,000. I don't know what's in the water out in Wisconsin, man, but they're crazy, right? They're pushing. That's absolutely insane. Is that normal for somebody to come in a month or two and make over $100,000 profit in trading? Anybody know? Is that normal? Hopefully nobody says yes in the chat. Someone's like, hell yeah, that's normal. It will become normal down the line, right? No, it is not normal for that to happen. But guess what? It's possible. Okay. And it's not, and that's why we want to do expectations. Okay. Let me give you another example. All right. Some of you have heard this before. But when I first got started in trading and network marketing, my ex-girlfriend's sister reached out to me and she was like, I want to learn how to trade. And I was like, oh boy, here we go. So she came over to my house, we sat down, and she brought this computer that was just covered in dust. I'm like, this thing has not been started in years, right? Like, I'm pretty sure she started it and dust flew out of it. It was crazy. She didn't know how to get into an email. She didn't know how to copy and paste. She didn't know how to use a computer. Okay. She didn't literally understand how to use a computer. And I already knew in my head, I'm like, this is going to be a long journey for her. But, over that journey, she wanted to quit a million times. I got tons of phone calls, which is normal, right? I wanted to quit a bajillion times too, because times get tough, right? That's why we have our why. Well, over the course of 4 years, just telling her, keep going, just trust me. After 4 years, she's finally made over $100,000 trading and she profits thousands of dollars on a monthly basis. She doesn't even trade with us anymore. She literally trades on her own. She profits thousands a month. So basically, what I'm trying to say is every single person here is on their own journey. Okay. Your results will not be the same as anyone else's. Your results are special. They're unique to you. And just because your results are what they are right now doesn't mean they're not getting better. Okay, every time we trade, every time, we're looking at the charts, every time we're doing technical analysis, every time, we're analyzing different trades that we're going to do, you're getting better. Don't base your trading account balance off of how much education and experience you're getting. You know what I mean? So that's really, really important, guys. Another thing I want to quickly talk about is just some statistics about trading. Okay. This is not statistics about our company. This is statistics about the whole planet. Anybody who tries to learn how to day trade on the planet. Okay. Our company was made to solve this problem. All right. Well, out of anybody who tries to trade on the planet, 50% of them quit within 30 days. Okay, 50% of them quit within 30 days. Again, not our company. These are people that don't have enough here or here to do anything successful. They quit everything, right? Within 3 months, okay, 3 months, 90 days, 75% of people have quit trying to learn how to trade. Okay, again, not our company, but these are people that just don't have what it takes to learn a skill that'll pay them the rest of their life. right? After 6 months of someone around the world trying to learn how to trade, 90% of people have quit. Okay. How many people are successful and profitable at day trading? Can someone put it in the chat? 1 to 5%, right? I like to say 5 to 10%. Okay. How do you become part of the 5 to 10% of people that are profitable at trading? Can someone put it in the chat? How do you become part of that percentage? Okay. There's one thing you can do right away to already put yourself, more likely to be in that category. Last long enough, right? Last longer than 6 months. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. People have all this instant gratification. They're like, oh, I tried trading for 30 days. It doesn't work. I'm like, no, you don't work. You have a shitty work ethic, right? You need to be able to last longer, keep going, stay consistent, and you'll change your life forever. Okay. So it's really, really important to understand that. That's why our company was built. That's why Tap to Trade was built, was to help people like you and me learn this skill, be able to actually become profitable. There's people that are on this call that have never made $1 in trading in their entire future, or excuse me, entire past careers of trading. They come into here, they start leveraging our platform, and they're crushing it. Okay, I'm telling you, this works. You just got to give it enough time for it to work for you. Okay, that's just the reality of it. Okay, here's a quote that I want you guys to write down. Okay, I want you to write this quote down. All right, hopefully you got your pen and paper ready because this call is pointless without a pen and paper ready. Okay, how are we supposed to help the people tomorrow for forgetting about what we learned today? Okay. How are you going to help future people if you don't remember it? Right? It's a proven fact. You forget 95% of what it is that you hear on this call if you don't write it down. Guys, if I showed you how many notebooks I have from all the years, you would be baffled. I'm talking like this many. Okay. Note takers are money makers. All right. I hated taking notes in school. I hated it, right? I was like, this is so dumb. I was like, why am I writing down all this useless information? I'm just going to throw the notebook away when the semester's over, anyways, right? Well, when I got into this business, I met mentors that were making either 6 figures a month or 7 figures a month. They said, note takers are money makers. I haven't said the quote yet. Note takers are money makers. Okay. Here's the quote. If you are emotional while you're trading, it's because of a lack of experience and education. Okay, I'll say it again. If you are emotional while you're trading, it's because of a lack of experience and education. Okay, now I want you to really sit here and think about, what does that quote mean? If you are feeling emotions while you're trading, like, I need this to win. I need this to win. I can't lose this. I have to take this trade. Oh, I got to win, right? I got to make this much today. If you're feeling emotions while you're trading, it's because you're unexperienced and you're uneducated. Okay. So, how do you become more experienced and how do you become more educated with trading? Put some ideas in the chat. How do you become more experienced? How do you become more educated? What are some things you can do? Let's talk about experience first. Okay, let's talk about experience. Practice on the demo, academy, practicing, plug into the live sessions, right? More chart work, practice. Exactly. Show up to meetings like this, join these calls, talk to your upline, ask questions, learning, right? Guys, having time in this business is going to make you more experienced. Okay. Imagine after a year into this business, right? A year into your trading journey, you're going to feel more experienced than someone who's brand new. If you're brand new right now, give yourself time. That's how you get more experience. How do you get more educated? Attend the live sessions, come to these calls, practice, right? Practice on a demo account, finish the academy. I didn't see anyone put that in the chat unless I missed it. Complete the academy. Complete the academy. When people come to me and they're like, dude, I'm not winning. I'm like, have you completed the academy? They're like, no, but I'm like, there's no buts. I'm like, go through the academy. I'm like, you can't expect to win if you're not even utilizing all the products and services. Okay. So please do yourself the favor and complete the academy. And guess what? Take notes. Take notes. Don't just sit there and, eat popcorn and watch it and be like, I did it. Take notes on it. Dial into it 30 to 60 minutes a day. 30 to 60 minutes a day. Put it in your calendar. Set reminders. every day. If you're someone that goes to the gym almost every single day of your life, I want you to drop a seven in the chat. If you're someone that goes to the gym almost every single day of your life, drop a seven in the chat. We got a lot of people going to the gym, baby. That's a healthy team. That's what I'm talking about. I know Jay wants to put a seven there. He's like, come on, man. You know, I got to put a seven in there. You don't have to think about going to the gym, right? You don't even have to think about it. It's a part of your daily routine. You need to make this business part of your daily routine. You need to make going through the academy, attending live sessions, following your trading plan part of who you are, part of your daily routine. Okay. That'll make it easier for you. In the beginning, you kind of have to force yourself to watch the academy, force yourself to hop on sessions, but eventually it becomes a habit and then it becomes a lifestyle. Okay. One thing I want to mention to you guys too is like as you're doing like your trading career, one thing I learned in this business is over trading will kill your results. Okay, over trading will kill your results. What is over trading? When you take every single tap to trade throughout the day. Has anybody here ever done like, the New York session in the morning? They had a phenomenal day. And later in the day, they're like, oh, I see another really good setup. So they go and take that too. And then you lose for the day. And then you're just pissed. Pain, right? Pain. That's called over trading. Take your win for the day. Take your win for the day. As long as the outcome is income, okay? That's called greed. Does anybody know what the two number one emotions in trading are? Does anybody know the number two emotions in trading? Greed and fear. Greed and fear. Yep. Greed that you haven't made enough money, that you want to hold it longer than you should, that you don't actually take your profits, right? And fear of missing out on trades, fear of not being able to capitalize as much as everyone else. Okay. So greed and fear. You notice how we're kind of talking about emotions a lot with trading. If you're brand new, you're probably like, dude, I'm still trying to understand what the hell I'm even looking at. Right? Is that anyone on this call? Drop an eight inside the chat if you're just still trying to understand what you're even looking at. It's okay if you are. You're brand new. That's fine. And I want to welcome you too. This is going to be an amazing journey. Okay. And I'm here to help. The whole team's here to help. Now, if you're at that point, like I'm still trying to understand, what the heck is going on here, you got to go through the academy. You got to plug in. You got to take action. Set a time in your calendar that you're going to complete the academy every single day. Right. But I want you guys to understand something, okay? This goes for people who have been trading and people who haven't been. All right. Does anybody know if you bring your money to the banks, if you bring your money to an investment firm, what is the average percentage that they're going to try to get you every single year? Does anybody know what the average growth of a retirement account is? Nope, not quite. Anybody know what the average growth at a bank or retirement account? 8%, 8 to 10%. If you go to a financial firm, they're going to tell you, hey, give us your money. We're going to take 1% fee every single year. And we're going to try to grow your portfolio 8 to 10% a year. Okay. That's the industry average, ladies and gentlemen, right? Then you have people that get started in a business like this. They see people having crazy results in trading. Like, oh my gosh, people are withdrawing 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, 2,000, 1,000, right? And they come into this business and they're trying to pass their prop firm account, their funded account at the speed of light, right? That's not proper trading, right? That's not proper growth. I personally believe if you can do 10% a month, guess what? You're in the top 1% of the world. The top 1% of the world. If you can just do 10% a month. Okay. What happens is a lot of people, they come in and they're just over leveraging. They're over risking. They're going way too hard. But let's say they have a 30% month. Let's say they have a 40% month. They start thinking that's the norm. That's normal. I'm going to do 30 to 40% every single month. And if I do that, I'm going to be a millionaire by the time I'm, 200 days older. Right? Well, guess what? I would say get a proper mindset. Try to do 10% a month, 15% a month. Okay. If you're beating 8% a year, you're already doing better than like 99% of people out there. That's just the reality of it. Okay. And you heard it here first. I'm telling you the truth. That's the reality of it. Okay. So that's why when you make 0.5% for the day, when you make 1% for the day, don't keep trading. You already crushed it. What guys, what's the percentage? What's 1 out of 8%? Let's do the math real quick. 1 out of 8% is 12.5% of 8%. If you made 1%, you already made 12.5% of what an average investment firm does for a year. 1%. But then here you go. If you're brand new, you're like, you know what? I'm going to go for 5 today. Okay. Slow down, slow down and be patient. This is a journey, right? You guys understand how I'm talking a lot about expectations, right? Like I'm really hammering it into your heads right now, right? I'm not doing that so you slow down the route to your success. I'm doing it so you don't mess up your brain and then trick yourself into giving up. Okay. I'm trying to set it clear in your head so you will actually eventually have success with this, right? I'm trying to set these expectations in your head so you can also help your future teams. Okay. Some people, unfortunately, in this business, they are telling people about this business like, dude, everyone's getting rich, everyone's making money, everyone's profiting every single day, every tap the trade wins just to get the sign up. They are saying anything to get the sign up. Well, guess what happens to those people on their team? Does anybody know? What happens to every single person that person gets started? Someone put it in the chat. Jay goes, they're out. They quit. They quit because you overpromised and underdelivered. That's why I'm trying to bring everyone's heads back down from outer space. And I'm like, all right, let's get focused. Let's have a game plan, right? This is why me and Jay, and also a lot of people on this call, we've had massive success with building this business because we understand the mindset that you need. We don't build our business on a house of cards. We tell people exactly what it is so they will have success. That's why we've won year after year after year after year. But guess what? When we were brand new, we didn't know all the things we know now, right? We didn't understand, but you don't know what you need to know till you know it. And then once you know it, you're like, I wish I would have known that. Okay. That's why it's important to show up to these calls. Very, very, very important. If you guys want some free game, I'm going to give you a audio that you can listen to about trading that's going to get your head on straight. Okay. Just real quick, I'm going to send this into the chat. All right. Right there. Okay. This is called Trading in the Zone. Okay. It's a great audio for you to listen to about mindset to do with trading. I recommend you listen to it. It's a phenomenal audio. Lots of the educators have listened to it, including me and Jay. Okay. Now, one thing I want to cover real quick, and then I'm going to pass it over to Jay Patnode, is obviously everyone on this call is using tap to trade for the most part, right? However, throughout your journey, eventually you're going to start wanting to learn how to trade on your own. You're going to start wanting to take your own trades, right? And so what I want to do real quick is I want to actually explain to you guys something that's really important that you might not know about trading, okay? So I'm just pulling this up real quick. Just give me 1 second. All right. Okay, so let me know if you guys can see my screen. Can I get some thumbs? Anybody see my screen? Cool. Hey, let me actually reshare this real quick. All right. Awesome. So here's what you're looking at, okay? There are certain times of the day that you don't trade certain pairs. There are certain times of the day that you do trade certain pairs, okay? There are 4 major trading sessions throughout the day. All right, there's 4 major trading sessions throughout the day. Some of you, after we go through this, you're going to understand like, man, I shouldn't have been doing that, or I should be doing this, okay? I want you guys to write this down. This is in Eastern time. Okay, we are looking at Eastern time right here. I'm in Central time, right? So for an example, the 4 different sessions, London, New York, Sydney, and Tokyo, all right? You want to trade in the beginning 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 hours of each session, okay? Primarily the first 1, 2, or 3 hours is when you want to trade that trading session. Okay. Now, the reason that is because this is when the actual banks open for that part of the world. All right. So for an example, London in the UK, for me, that's 2 a.m. I would trade 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, right? But 2, 3, 4 a.m. That's because in London, that's when the banks are opening. That's when the United Kingdom's banks are literally opening and they're getting on the trading floor and they're trading their currency. They're trading obviously different values in the market, different obviously commodities and stuff. It's important for you to understand that we are trying to trade when the banks are trading. Okay. We want when the market is trending, we want volatility. Okay. That's how you catch trades. You don't want the market to be consolidating, going sideways. That's how you get stuck in a trade. Okay. So this is the London session from 2, 3, 4 a.m. Then there's the New York session. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10 a.m. That's central time, right? You got to do the conversion for you. 7, 8, 9, 10 a.m. All right. Then we have the Sydney session. This is 4, 5, 6 p.m. Okay. 4, 5, 6 p.m. And then finally, very, very famous one. I don't really touch it too much, but is the Tokyo session. Okay. This is 6, 7, 8, 9 p.m. All right. So hopefully you have this written down. Now, real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up in the chat. Okay. Let me pull this bad boy open. All right. What currency is the major currency? There's two of them that are traded during the London session. Nope, that's an index fund. Which currencies? GBP and EUR, right? Yes, it's the Great British Pound and the Euro. That is London's primary currency in that part of the world. Okay. So during the London session, you want to trade stuff that has those pairs in it. You want to trade stuff that has to do with those currencies. Okay. GBP USD, GBP JPY, right? Great British Pound versus the Japanese yen, Great British Pound versus the US dollar, Great British Pound versus the Canadian dollar. Anything with the GBP in it. Same with the Euro, Euro USD, Euro JPY, right? So that's important to understand is you're trying to trade certain time zones, certain trading sessions, and you're trading certain pairs during those sessions. Okay. What about the New York session? Okay. What about the New York session? What's the primary currency that's being traded during that session? The USD, right? The US dollar. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is throw some pairs that have the US dollar in it in the chat. Okay. What are some things you can trade that have the US dollar in it? XAU USD, gold, USD JPY, right? So US dollar versus the yen, Great British Pound versus the US dollar, Bitcoin, Euro USD, right? USD Canadian dollar. Okay. You can also trade the CAD. Look at that, Jenna, coming in hot. You could trade the CAD during the New York session. Guess what? Because Canada is directly above us. It's the same time zone. Their banks open the same exact time for the most part. Okay. So that's important to understand. Some of you are trading gold at like 3, 4 p.m. I'm not saying you can't make money, but I'm just saying it's not the best time to trade it. Okay. What about the Sydney session? What's the currency for that? What about the Sydney session? Okay. NZD, AUD. AUD is the primary one. The AUD is the primary one for Sydney, ladies and gentlemen. What are some currencies? So the Australian dollar, right? What are some currencies that you can trade starting at 4, 5, 6 Central Time? What are some currency pairs? What are some different things, some instruments that you can trade? Yep, the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. What else? Not a lot of people trading this session, huh? Come on, Jay, throw one in there. I know you know one you could trade during this. He's like, man, I don't touch that session. He's like, I don't do it. Yep. AUD, NZD? No, not really. Okay, cool. Let's get to the Tokyo one. What's the primary currency that's being traded during the Tokyo session? Everyone loves this one. JPY. JPY, right? JPY. Okay, Jay got the balloons going. Let's go. Yes, the Japanese yen. Okay. What are some currency pairs? What are some pairs you can trade that have the yen in it? AUD, JPY, Australian dollar versus the yen. Yep. What else? What else can you do with the yen in it? Great British Pound versus the yen, Canadian dollar versus the yen, the euro versus the yen, right? These are all different pairs, right? You can trade the difference of these prices, which is really, really cool, okay? But that's something that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people do not know when and where they're supposed to be trading what. Literally, they're trading anything at any time of the day because they just don't know. Me and Jay used to do it. when we were our first year in the business. We were just trading anything at any time. We're like, oh, that looks like a good trade up. I'm going all in. All right. So it's really important to know that. Now, the next thing I want to point out real quick, and then we're going to be switching gears. Okay. In my opinion, you want to focus on one, two, or maybe three pairs. That's it. Okay. One, two, maybe three pairs. All right. Gold, the NASDAQ 100, USD JPY, right? One, two, or three pairs. Here's the reality of it. Currency pairs, and this is controversial, but usually when you're brand new into trading Forex, currency pairs are easier to trade than index funds, than commodities like gold, oil, silver. Okay, currency pairs are generally easy. Jay loved trading Euro USD and USD JPY when he first got started. Okay, but then he realized that he likes to trade gold more, or the index funds, because they're faster. They move quicker. When a drop happens, or when obviously a bullish momentum happens, you can catch it. It's a lot quicker. Okay, those currency pairs sometimes generally move pretty slow, but there's some of them that are pretty fast. For an example, GBP CAD, GBP JPY, those move pretty quick, right? USD JPY moves pretty slow. Okay, so you got to do a higher lot size to even make up for how slow it moves, all right? So that's really important. Focus on one, two, or three pairs and master them. Master them. Make them your pairs. Like these are your pairs. These are my pairs, right? I trade these pairs. Whenever you meet other Forex traders around the world, you're like, what do you trade? They usually fire off about one, two, or three pairs. Okay. Over time, over years of experience and education, eventually you'll be able to damn near trade anything. Pretty much anything with a chart you'll be able to trade. Okay. But you got to take in consideration not just technical analysis, which is reading the chart, fundamental analysis, what's actually moving it in the background, right? What news events are happening? What speeches are happening around the world, right? So that's really, really important to know. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully, we were able to lay the expectations of trading into your head a little bit better. Okay, give yourself time to become successful. How long? I can't tell you, but I can tell you what, if you don't give up and you show up every day, it's 100% guaranteed you'll eventually become profitable. Okay. I just can't tell you when. All right. So hopefully you guys gained some knowledge. We're going to keep this show going. If you're gaining some value so far, drop a one inside of the chat. If you've learned something on this call, if you learned something you can teach your team, because that's what this is really all about. It's about teaching people in the future what it is that we know. Okay. So we're going to switch gears, guys. I'm going to have one of the best traders that I personally know, one of my business partners, best friends, and a mentor to me and thousands of people around the world. He's going to come up here, ladies and gentlemen, just to give you a little idea. Okay. Some of you probably know that I build the business a lot. I do leadership calls and presentations, right? I know Noah Ortiz does them every single night, which is super awesome. I remember one night, me and Jay lived together. I did a Zoom call with about 50 people on it, and I broke down the presentation of what it is that we do. I got off the Zoom call, like I'm a little sweaty. I was like, that was crazy. I was like, that damn. I went into Jay's room. This dude had 1,000 people on his Zoom call, 1,000 people trading in front of them, literally taking trades and helping everyone. And so he absolutely crushes it, guys. He's been a funded trader for years, multiple withdrawals, absolutely killing it. So when he comes up here, if you're brand new, you might not understand everything he's going to go over. Okay. That's why you got to go through the academy. So when you show up to these calls, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is golden information. Okay. But it's still good to learn. Okay. But with that being said, guys, I want you to blow the chat up for JPat. Now drop some twos in the chat, some fire, whatever you got to do. Show some love for my man, JP.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far, because I know I am. Shout out to Josh. Every single time he blesses us with his knowledge and wisdom, there's something to be learned, right? And that's the whole point of mentorship. Like that is legitly the whole point of mentorship, is to collapse time frames, to be able to learn stuff from other people that have, been doing it, right? Instead of going through the same trials and errors and tribulations, you can cut all those times within half or within quarters, right? I always tell people when I mentor them, I'm like, hey, my whole entire goal for you is to take everything that I've learned over my 6 years and let's condense it for you in two. So all the, all the successes, all of the trials, the tribulations. Let's go ahead and let's condense it, right? And that's exactly why it is what it is. But I appreciate you, brother. Let's jump right back into it and not waste any time. I'm gonna go over some more stuff trading related, right? And then if you guys are not aware, every single oh my fault, I happened to accidentally share the screen of payouts by TradeX Mastery. Oh, looky there, right? But in all honesty, this is what it's about, right? If you want to have success in trading, you just have to be in it long enough. Josh has talked about it multiple times, the percentages, the numbers, the different things when it comes to trading. If you want to see these results and these successes, well, then you just have to put in the work, right? It will happen. It's not a matter of if, it's always a matter of when. And if you don't look at life like that, then you won't be successful in anything, right? That's just me being honest. There are people that no matter what they do, they are successful. It's not because they're lucky. You know what it is? Because they put in the damn work, right? Like they put in the work. At the end of the day, if you put in the work, you'll get the results. And for every action, there is a reaction, and no action is also an action, right? If you do nothing, you get nothing. Or sometimes even worse, you do nothing, you get worse than nothing. You go backwards in life. And so, if you've been in the academy for a few days, a few weeks, a few months, I want you guys to really look at yourselves and say, have I actually given this a true honest shot of learning? Like, have I went through the entire academy? Have I picked an educator to trade with? Right? Have I went through and said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and only hyper focus on learning this guy's strategy and I'm going to trade with this guy. Actually, let me see in the chats. How many people have went through the entire academy and picked an educator to go ahead and trade with and like pick the educator academy and went through it? Let me see. Right? Let me see. See Seth, right? And so we have 100 people on the call, right? 70, and I know we have more people in person. Shots, my people in Minnesota. Sorry, I couldn't be there. Had a call that ran long before this. But you see this, right? It shows I love everybody that's done it, but we have 70 people on the call and more people in person, and I didn't get 71s, right? I didn't get 71s. If you really want to take this, treat this like a business. This is a multi-million dollar opportunity, right? A multi-million dollar opportunity. The limits with trading, there is none, right? Especially when it comes to prop firms in the entire space and crypto and everything you can think of, there is no limits on how big you can dream. But you guys, a lot of people, I'm just being very blunt with you, they treat it like it's just a hobby. And you know what happens with hobbies? Hobbies are expensive, right? You need to treat it like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby, and hobbies usually cost money, right? You want to go ahead and go golfing? You want to go ahead and play the video game? You want to join book club? All these things cost money, right? But if you want to get paid, and treat it like it. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get to the academy. It's more so a matter of how bad you really want it. And that's not to take away from anybody in their entire journey, because this is a journey at the end of the day. But in all reality, let's be honest, guys. We have one life to live. We really do. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The biggest thing I tell, like I talk to my younger cousins, they're 16 and 19. And I told them, if I'm being honest, having money in your earlier years is a hell of a lot better than having money in your later years. I'll be completely honest, right? A lot of people want to live their life and maybe they'll make it to where they want when they're 40, 50, 60. And that's not to go and say that if you are that age, like it's anything against it. But I bet you if you ask somebody, would they have rather made X amount of money or gained X amount of knowledge when they are 40, 50, 60, or when they're in their 20s? They would definitely tell you in your 20s, right? Me and Josh, we made our first six figures when we were 22, 23, right? And that was a blessing. And I never said it to impress, but to impress upon people of do it early, right? Just do it early because it's 100% worth it, right? Just do it early. So that's my little rant, but I'm gonna go into trading stuff, but that all pertains to it. Put in the work now, learn the skills, gain the knowledge, take everything that's said, and apply it, right? Like, because let's put the work in, guys. Like, let's win. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be here for the next 20 years, but I want to see everybody on here for the next 20 years as well because it's huge. But let me go ahead and break down a few things. The very first thing I want to talk about is numbers when it comes to trading, and then I'm going to give you guys a couple of concepts that I like to use that's helped me over my trading journey. By the way, I'm not an educator, right? I'm not paid to do this. I'm just a guy that's had success in trading over the years, right? Have some years of experience, and I want to give you some different key concepts that help me really elevate my trading, pass funded accounts, get payouts, things like that, right? And so the very first thing is I want you guys to know that trading is a numbers game. People think that need to be 80, 90, 95% right on all of the trades in order to be profitable, which in all honesty, it's very far from the truth. You could be, I know people that have trading strategies that are 15% profitable and they are profitable, right? Like 15% of the times they win the trades and they are profitable. Oh my God, that's so crazy. No way, right? Because it's all about, in all reality, your risk to reward. I want you guys to write this down is RR. Any trader, any profitable trader, any good trader, any successful trader will tell you that this is pretty much the most important thing that you can think of is your risk to reward. How many people, and I know Josh said earlier, have over traded and gave their profits back to the markets? God, that stuff makes my stomach sick. There'll be a Friday. I had a great trading week, up a good amount of money, and then I'm just gonna trade again. Oh man, I just lost 5 grand. I just lost my profits for the week, right? It happens. And so risk to reward is the one thing, the R and R. And so I want to give you guys some numbers just so you can understand this, that you don't need to be right on every single trade. You just need to pick a strategy, know what your percentages are, and follow it through. Very simple. And so risk to reward, guys. I want you guys. So if you're going, let's just say for an example, let's go to TradeX Mastery. If you want to pass a prop firm, let me show you guys. What are the goals? Right? 10% profit target, untimed, max loss 10%. Okay, let's go ahead and go like this. If you are someone that goes ahead and has a 50% right strategy, 50% right, 50% on the money, right? 50% of the time you win the trades, 50%, right? How many trades would you need in order to be profitable? So let's go and go like this. Let's say every single trade you take is a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Meaning for my people that are new, that if you lose the trade, you lose 1% of your account. So whatever it is, if you win the trade, you gain 2% of your account, right? And so let's go like this. Let's say I'm 50% of the time, I am a winner. Let's say we go ahead and take 4 trades, right? 2 losses, 2 wins. What am I going to be at the end of the day, right? What is the amount of percentage or the percentage I'm going to be up? Well, we have 2 losses, so we have minus 2%, minus 2%, and then 2 wins plus 4%. So what are we? We're positive 2%. That's a 50% R to R. But I want to show you guys what happens that if, let's say for an example, every single trade that I go ahead and take is a 1, 2, 3 now. Let's find our break-even point. Let's say loss, 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 win. So what is that? What's the percentage that I'm right? Okay, 25%. Go back, 25%. 25% of the time, I win trades. Well, let's go ahead and just look at this. Loss, 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 win. So minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, plus 3. So anybody know what I'm at for as far as like how much I'd be up if I took these 4 trades total? Let's go ahead and see in the chats. How much would I be up? 0, break even, break even, break even. So that means if my strategy, every single time I'm looking for trades, it was a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. And I was only right 25% of the time, I would be at break even. So what does that mean? Anything past a 25% success rate within my strategy, what would I be now? What would I be? Let's see. Profitable trader, right? It's not hard, guys. It's simply a numbers game. You can find something that you're only right 25% of the time or 26% of the time, and now you're a profitable trader. And with the emergence of prop firms, you don't need to have all the capital in the world. You just need to be right more times than you're not within your strategy, right? You need to know your numbers. So whatever strategy you're learning, I always implore you guys to go and back test, um, find out the numbers, the percentages, go through and actually put the work in to find those things. Because once you know this number, you don't worry about losing trades. Like you really don't worry. Like, well, if I lose a trade, I'm like, well, I know my numbers, I know my metrics. That's fine. Be back here tomorrow, same time. I'll be back here next year, same time, right? Like when you know your numbers, you know your metrics, you don't have to worry about it. So I want you guys to look at trading from this perspective. And I know this was something that was very huge for me. It was know what the numbers are, understand I need to be break even, and then what can I do to get an edge in the market to be above whatever that percentage is, right? In all reality, my win loss ratio or my successful trades or win trades ratio is probably about freaking 40 to 50%, if that, right? But I know that every trade that I take and how it works, it's gonna allow me to be profitable. So find that system, find that strategy, and so that's what I wanted to talk about. Prop firms, if you're worried about timing and passing, and everybody has their own journey, and just realize that. And then the second thing I want to talk about from a concepts perspective is the concept of higher highs and higher lows, but not in maybe the traditional sense of like how may have seen it within an academy or with whatever it may be, is more so I just want to do it quickly in the sense of how you can utilize it to find targets within the market or find a structure. And so anybody in trading, they'll talk about the concepts of higher highs, higher lows, right? That's how you know it's in an uptrend or a downtrend, right? In reverse. You'll see, right? A lower high, right? We have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, and that's how you know there's an uptrend, right? And then the same thing is reversed within a downtrend. Um, but how do I utilize this in order to help me with my trading? Well, if you know whatever trend it's in, if you know it, if that's what your analysis says, your bias is, what I like to do is if you go like this, if you go from whatever the last low is to whatever the last high is, you can form a range within the market, right? Price comes up, well, it has to make a new higher low. So it's going to have to pull back. And then what's going to happen? If it's in an uptrend, it's going to make a new high. So if you draw a box or lines or whatever, if you see this just right here, you know no matter what price, if it's going to continue in an uptrend, it has to go past this point to create a new high. And so whenever you're trading, you can realize that whenever it pulls back, wherever you end up in the market, well, I know where it's going to go eventually. It's at least going to go here and most likely beyond if it validates. So you can utilize this and say, hey, price pulls back. Let me go ahead and look for somewhere to take trades. But afterwards, I know the market is going to at least get back to the previous high because it has to. And this is something that you can see over and over and over and over again, right? It's like clockwork. And so if I was taking trades, well, maybe I got in a trade here and then I exited the trade up here because that's my target here. So that's something that if you start realizing, start using higher highs and higher lows, but to create a framework on where you want to go ahead and put your trades and your stop losses and things like that. And so as far as trading goes, that's all I'm going to dive into. We're going to go ahead and switch gears here. Here in Super Saturday, we do mindset, we do trade training, we do the whole thing, we cover everything within the business. And I'll be honest with you, that is how we've been able to have success within the business, is covering everything, right? We talk about everything, right? If you want to win on multiple levels, well, this is the way to do it. If you want to crush this business to the fullest, you want to take everything that you have your opportunity in your hands on and utilize it all. When I first saw this business, the two things that ran through my mind was, man, I'm gonna make millions of dollars trading and I'm gonna make millions of dollars building the business. And in reality, I was like, I really don't give a damn how it balances out. I just want to make millions of dollars, right? That's what at the end of the day, as long as the outcome was income for me. And something I wanted to touch on is if you are somebody that, is like, okay, I don't necessarily want to build the business, I'll ask you, for what reason? Right? And well, maybe it's because you haven't had success in trading. Okay, that's okay. You don't need to have success. You are in a successful community with more than insurmountable amount of payouts. If you go anywhere in the world, I was on a call with a leader the other day, and we were just chatting, and I said, "Look, what company in the space have you ever seen have more payout flyers than rank up flyers?" It's not being done, right? It's not being done. So you're in the right place in the right time. You just have to buy into it. At the end of the day, you'll only go as far as that your mindset slash belief allows you to. If you don't believe that you're gonna have success and be a six-figure earner and crush it in trading, well, then you're not gonna do it. Just simple and plain, right? You have to become that person first. And so I want to give you guys some tips that's helped me along my journey that also has applied with trading, but also with building the business. And you're going to hear from some amazing speakers, right? We have two people that you're going to hear from that you're going to want to be here for. And if you haven't already started taking notes, I implore you to go ahead and take notes as well. And so the very first thing I just want to talk about, like how, like if you want to have success, right? If you truly want to have success, you have to get good at not seeing immediate results. We always talk about this business having a 30, 60, 90-day lag effect. All the work that you're putting in right now, it will show in 60 days, 90 days. If you're putting in the work now, it's not going to be an immediate instant gratification. That's what a job is, right? You go do the work, you get paid. Well, we're not in that industry, right? We're not in that industry whatsoever. We do the work, we grind, we talk to people, we foster relationships, we're learning, we're listening to personal development, we're trading, right? And then as time goes on, our fruits of our labor starts showing, right? We're not in an instant gratification business. And if that's what you want, well, then hey, go do maybe a sales job, right? I've done sales. I've done sales before. Every single summer from the time I was 18, 19, 20, 21, all through college, I did sales and I crushed it. I made like 20, 30 grand a summer doing sales. It's great, great industry to be in. But I wanted residual income. I wanted personal development. I wanted trading. And that's why I'm here today. And so I want to let you guys know, get comfortable without seeing the results at first, right? Get comfortable. Put that down. Be like, I am willing to work. If you want to, one of the best quotes I ever heard was, if you want to shop without looking at the price tag, you need to be able to work without looking at the clock. One of the best quotes I ever heard. When I saw that, I said, damn, all right, tighten up, bro. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and do this because I want to shop without looking at the price tag. That's how I looked at it. And that's what you want to do, right? You don't want to have any limitations, any boundaries, anything set for yourself. You want to be able to dream as high as you possibly can. And so that's where I got my first taste of it when first year I ever did sales, right? I moved out to Michigan for a summer. I got a call and said, you want to go and take this job? And I packed up my stuff within 24 hours. I was on the road, 12-hour drive, was in there and said, let's get to it. And I was like, oh, maybe I get a day to relax. Nope, jumped right into knocking on doors, door-to-door sales, right? And man, when I first got out there, was knocking on doors, was nervous as I possibly could. I had to jump on roofs, never jumped up on a roof ever in my entire life. I'm 18, 19 years old. And I'm knocking on doors and getting the door slammed in my face. Who is this kid? Who is this baby-faced, light-skinned kid freaking out of my door in these multi-million-dollar homes? Boom, shut it right away. And I didn't make a sale for probably a month. And now imagine thinking in your mind, I moved out here to make money, right? To change my life, to get an opportunity and come back to school with money and experiences. And I'm 12 hours away from home, not for an entire month. But all my mentor told me is keep going. When it works, it works. Keep going. You got to get good at setting the foundation. And I promise you it'll all work. And for about a month, and I'm only there for like 2.5 months, right? It's the summertime. I gotta go back to school. Only there for 2.5 months, knocking and knocking and getting doors slammed in my face. But guess what? I got one. I was like, whoa, let's go. I'm fired up. I'm excited. Let's go. Got my first sale. Let's go. I'm freaking ecstatic. I was so pumped, man. You couldn't even believe. I damn near dropped to my knees and was ready to cry, right? But shortly after that first sale, what happened? Well, another 2 days later, got another sale. Oh, I'm fired up. And then within a span of legitly, time kept passing right as I was about to give up, though. And I was going to give up before the sale. I definitely was. I was like, you know what? Still got my job back at Denny's. I can go there for the rest of the summer. Let's make some money, go home, hang out with the boys. It's my first summer back, right? Let's hang out with the boys, have a good summer. Well, within that span of time, after that month and a half, I didn't get any results. It started popping up, right? End up finishing out the summer with like 20 grand. Man, I was ecstatic. But it just shows you guys you have to get good at working without seeing the results. That was one of the biggest lessons I ever learned in my entire life was let's put the work in now because when it works, it freaking works, guys. Like when this works for you, when trading clicks in your head, when building the business clicks in your head and you're in momentum and you're crushing it, God, it works. And it works on a level that allows you to live your wildest dreams out, right? Most of us don't dream as big as we should because life told us we should. And so I want you guys just to understand that, get good at the results. And another thing is consistency. Like you're going to hear it so many times from everybody around the world, but really there's no secret sauce to building this business. Obviously, being around the leadership, attending calls like these, going to events like we have in Atlanta in October. But in reality, most people in this world, they give up, and it's not because of us. You know, I always talk with people, and I'm like, you'll never give up because we don't believe in you. You'll always only people that will give up is the people that don't believe in themselves. Because most people in this world don't have enough here or here to do anything, right? Most people are just serial quitters. How many people do you know that we all have that in our life? How many people put some ones in the chat that you know there's people in your life that just quit every single thing they possibly can do. Anything. Right? They quit on relationships. They quit on family members. They quit on the gym. They're the New Year's resolution guys that jump in and by February 22nd, I'm out of there. I'm out of there, right? Like we all know that. Well, some people might be thinking to themselves, honestly, that's me. Some people might be thinking to themselves, well, that's me, right? But the beautiful thing about this business is you can change all of that, right? Personal development, being around the right people, like that can change everything for you. Your environment is the most crucial thing. I want you guys to put this down. I want you guys to put down environment. I want you guys to write that down. I want this for 2025, which we're in now, is to put down environment. Write that down. I want that to be your key phrases because I'll tell you, you can never grow in an environment where you died at. I love so many of my people that I grew up with. They're my brothers, my best friends, and I still see them from time to time. But I limit my interactions with the ones that aren't, striving for something. I posted on my story. I said, I don't have time to be around people that aren't working for a goal, aren't chasing a dream, or that are okay with mediocrity. I'm not okay with stagnant. I don't accept that. I don't accept that in my friend's life, my relationships, my family. I don't accept that. I don't care who you are. I won't be around it. And so think about your environment, you guys, this year, because you're the average of the top 5 people you spend the most time with, right? The top 5 people you spend the most time with, you are an average of that. If you have 5 of your closest friends, and think about it throughout your life. If 5 of your closest friends are people that you spend the most time with, if all they do is if they're all smokers, well, you're probably a smoker. If they all are drinkers, you're probably a drinker. If they all go hit the gym and are, work out and are athletes, you're probably an athlete. You probably work out. If all 5 of them are broke, well, you're probably the sixth broke person. But if all 5 of them are successful and driven and make money, well, you're probably the sixth person that's successful in making money, right? And the moment I realized that, and as hard as it is to separate yourself from those people because of past or relationships or, time, at the end of the day, it needs to be done, right? At the end of the day, I saw a quote that said, stop holding on to people just because of the relationships you've had. If you want to go up, you got to give up stuff for a season. You got to give up to go up. For the whole first, like for the year, the biggest year that changed myself and Josh's career, we cut off everybody. If you weren't building the business or if you weren't hustling for a goal, we said, listen, we love you guys. We'll be back. We'll be back for you at some point in time. But this year, we need to take time to crush it because we knew that there was never going to be a right place and a right time like it was then. And we truly thought that. Now, 5 years later, there is a right place, right time again, because this is the best company in the world. But at the time, that's what we thought. And it was true at the time, right? It took all 4 or 5 years to come into another opportunity that was as sweet as we first had it. And so understand that, change your environment. And if you're like, oh, Jay, I don't know who I can spend time with. I don't have people like that in my life. Well, you have this, right? Get on the call your uplines, call your leaders. If you have events, if you're in Minnesota, we do this stuff every single Saturday. We are in person, which I should be there. I apologize again to all my people in Minnesota. But get around the people. Tip is shaking his head. Get around the people though. It's a good environment to be around. That's where you'll go and the law of averages of the people you spend the most time with, right? So I got a couple more things for you guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to one of the dopest in the industry. He has a lot of value to give you guys, but I want you guys to write down this, right? I want you guys to write down these 3 Ds. Call it the 3 Ds: desire, decision, and dedication. Desire, decision, and dedication. And I want you guys, this is where everything, like the 3 Ds of success, right? This is where everything stems from. If anything you want in this world, you got to have a desire for it. You got to have a want for it. Otherwise, you're not going to win on a high level. You're not going to win on any level unless you have a desire. So you have to ask yourself, how bad do you really want it? Like when you get off this call, I want you guys to sit there and say, how bad do I want this? Do I want it bad enough? Do I want to have success enough? Am I tired of wherever I'm at currently enough? And the second one is you have to make a decision. You have to decide, right? The Latin root word of decision is decide, and it means to cut off, to burn a bridge. You have to decide. Let's decide that you're going to go ahead and put the effort into it now. Decide that you're going to go ahead and win. Let's decide that you're going to change yourself. Let's decide that you're going to go ahead and stop hanging out with your friends that are telling you this business sucks and it'll never work, but they're working at Chipotle. Let's decide these things, guys. And then the last one is dedication. There's a big difference between motivation and dedication. Motivation is just a feeling. We feel things all the time. You're happy, but you're never happy forever. I mean, eventually you'll get sad or angry or upset or anxious or whatever it is. These are all feelings, right? You never feel anything forever in a straight line. That's what motivation is. It's a feeling. If you truly want to have success in this business, you need to be dedicated. If you truly want to have success in anything in this world, you have to be dedicated. You have to make that decision that you are going to devote yourself to whatever it is for even just a season, right? I'm not telling you have to sell your soul and live like and grind 24/7 for the rest of your life. But if you go all in for a single season, your life will change forever. I always tell people where I got to today, where Josh and I got today, it was all because we decided to sacrifice one season to build the skills, to go hard, to gain the knowledge, to get the credibility, to put the work in. It was a season. It was a season in 2020 or 2021 or whatever it was. It wasn't a 6 years going 100% every single day, but it was a season of our life. And so if you can sacrifice a season, I promise you, you will thank yourself in a year, 2 years, 5 years. You'll be like, damn, I knew that season that I went all in. And I want you guys, if you're willing to put in a season of work to live the rest of your life the exact same way you want it, let me see in the chat some sevens. If you're willing to, right? If you're not, don't do it just for the hype. If you're actually willing to, if that's something that you want, if you want to change your entire life, I love it, right? And I see a lot of people typing in the chats, and we love that. You got to actually go do it. And so, last thing I'm gonna tell you guys before I go ahead and jump off is it was something that was along with the environment stuff. But if you have people in your life, and I have this like this, if they're just always shitting on your goals, they're always telling you you can't do it, or this is that, or this isn't gonna work. Well, the fastest way to kill a dream is to tell it to a small-minded person. Stop telling them. Stop trying to get them in the business. You don't need them, right? Lead with your actions and not your words. Put the effort, time, and energy in, and I promise you, they will sign up. Every single person that's ever told me no within my immediate sphere has signed up at some point, and most of them just signed up just to say, "Oh, I tried it," right? Just so they don't feel bad about, now the excuse is it didn't work, and now the excuse is, well, it's just not for me, right? I visited one of my best friends over the last weekend, and his favorite thing is it's just not for me. Yeah, it's not for you, buddy. Okay, right? Making money isn't for you. Being around a dope community isn't for you. Having positivity in your life isn't for you. All right, well that's cool. That's all right. It's not for you, right? So just understand that. And the last thing I'll mention before I pass it to the next speaker is the 80/20. What is it that you're consuming, right? We talk about personal development a lot within this business. Well, the 80/20 rule is 80% of the time you want to be listening to personal development, podcasts, things to get you better. 20% of the time is music, right? You want to consume all the things that you want to be within this world as much as you possibly can. With that being said, I hope you guys got some value out of that segment. I want to pass it to the next speaker. This is a man that I had the pleasure to, hang out with over the weekend. If you haven't heard him speak yet, first off, you'll be mesmerized. But second off, he has so much value. He has crushed this industry, one of the fastest I've ever seen to be able to do it. But he is someone that is not only just motivated, but he is dedicated to the grind. And we talked about it over the weekend. He said, how I do everything is how I do anything is how I do everything. He said, I go hard. I don't know in between. I don't know, how to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. If I'm going to work out, I'm going to go hard. If I'm going to do this business, I'm going to go hard, right? He goes hard. And he can tell you at the end of the day, if you put the work in, you're going to have success more than anybody because he stuck to a plan. He grinded it. Even when things were tough, he made it through because he said, guess what? I decided that I'm gonna be all in. And that's one of the biggest things is can you be all in? And so it has been a pleasure to be able to work with this human, but also to be able to get to know him more as a person and as a friend. And I'm excited for him to go ahead and tell you all the things he has to say. So if you haven't been taking notes to this point, make sure you get it out because he is gonna mesmerize you in a matter of minutes. But let me go ahead and bring to the call Noah. Noah, what's going on, brother? How we doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'll just scoop the spotlight from you and we can keep this thing rolling. So I appreciate the kind words, bro. For those of you guys that were in here in Arizona a couple weeks ago or last week rather, it was fun. It was a good time and it was nice getting connected with some of you guys. And I noticed that Jay said right when he started speaking, money is a lagging indicator here and to let go of that and expecting your results to come at any given time. And I always just say anything in life, whether it's a job or this, is lagging, man. You work a job and it's 2 weeks, but you work it because you know you're going to get it in 2 weeks, right? Here, it's you're doing an unspecified amount of work for an unspecified amount of time just to get an unspecified, result. And so that's something that most people can't do, and it's uncertainty, man. And that's the welcome to entrepreneurship. And it was one that I got hit with at one point in time, and it definitely wasn't the easiest thing to get used to. But damn it, is it worth it? And so what I'm going to do is try to use the best of my time here. I got about 18 to 20 minutes with you guys as far as I know. I don't want to take this any further than we need to. But what I want to do is give you guys a little bit of a training that I went and I saw through one of the best people in network marketing. His name is Eric Worre. He is the founder of GoPro Academy. And if you guys haven't found out what that is yet, I highly recommend you look up that name. But he is focused on providing network marketers the absolute best value and knowledge from all of the biggest and best in the world. And so I studied him, and I've studied him religiously on my journey in the last 2 years because the student of the game always wins, right? And so he did a training on how to enroll 20 personals in 30 days. And so the reason I bring up 20 personals in 30 days is because a lot of times in the last couple days and weeks, I've been getting hit by a truck of just people asking me, hey, bro, how do I get my team to do this? And hey, I got a couple of guys that seem to be really fired up, but I don't know why they're not signing up a lot of people. And I've been at the same rank for the last 3 months. How are you moving quicker? And how are you doing this? And da 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 da. And so it's simple, man. People do what you do, not what you say. And so even if you're a good leader, even if you've been in this for a couple of years, even if you've been, providing a solid track record for yourself in the past, that's not what it's about. It's what are you doing now? Because the new person that gets started is going to latch onto you. And if you're the one that enrolled them, they're going to do half of what you do. So if you're not enrolling anybody, they're probably not either. And so if you're at the same spot right now and you guys are at a level where you want to take the rank in network marketing to the next level, I'm not talking any trading here, then you got to understand, man, if the people in your business were going to get you to the next rank or the next level, you'd already be there. If you've been at that level for at least a couple weeks, at least a month or two, if the people in your business right now were going to get you to the next level, they'd already be there. And I think that's something a lot of us struggle with. Even myself, when I first got started, man, you enroll some, and then you're like, damn, okay, now I got 10 people, I got 20 people on my team. That must mean I can start to expect them to enroll people. Maybe they're going to start to do some things. And so Joey always told me, and if you don't know the name Joey, you're going to get to hear from him this week on the Super Affiliate Series. He's one of the best to ever do it, and I wouldn't be here without him. But he always just told me, Noah, if I put a gun to your head and I was going to, shoot you in the head at the end of the day, if you didn't sign up one person, are you even going to ask your team to help you sign them up, or are you just going to go get it done? And I was like, there's no point to ask them if they can get it done because I know none of them can sign up people faster than I can. And I know that's the truth. And none of them have signed up more people than me. So why the hell would I even look at them? Right. But that's the truth. And it's the truth. And you guys need to take that and you need to run with that. And if you're someone that's moving at a decent pace right now, just because you've enrolled 20, 30, 40 people in the last couple of weeks, for example, don't stop. Do not stop. And when we launched with the Kashiks in August of 2024, I had come from a previous company where things were not as good. And momentum was not like this. And the products and services were not providing this much value. And people weren't winning nearly as much as we are here. And so what I did was I flipped cards there. And there was a lot of people getting started and quitting every single day, every single week, every single month. And I was continuously just trying to enroll personals and show my team exactly how to do it, but there was no value. And so people slipped. When we made the transition to this company, Joey and Maddie made it very clear to me. They said, hey, I want you to do one thing when you start. I want you to show everybody how you do this. Go and enroll as many freaking personals as you can. And we launched in like mid-August. And I don't know if I was number one, but I was damn near top 3, top 5 enrollers in the company. And I had 2 weeks. Everybody else had a month. I haven't been doing that the last couple months, but my point is you do that, and now everybody inside of your team sees that. They do half of what you do, right? So if your whole team sits on the charts or you sit on the charts all day, what do you think your team's going to do? They're probably going to sit on the charts, right? If you go out and you party and you're the leader of your team and you're doing that on the weekends rather than staying locked in and staying focused on the plan, what do you think your team's going to do? Right. So if you're someone that has some form of influence over the people in your business, whether it's 1, 2, 3 people, or it's 300 or 1,000 people for some of us, you got to understand that, man. People are looking at you as the example. If you sign them up, they are going to be wondering, what do I do next? And if they don't ask you, they're just going to do what you do. And so you speak through your actions. And so for me, when I came here, I went and I put about 40 freaking personals in 2 weeks. And no, that's not the craziest thing in the world. I had a pretty solid network to go through at that point. But why do I bring that up? Because what happened? Andrew, who's on the other side of this wall, put in a 15 to 20 personals. And other than that, everybody inside of my business was in the top 25, top 30 inside of the personal enrollments in the company. At least my 3 to 5, most solid leaders at that point. And that's exactly how you do this, man. How you create duplication is you lead from the front, right? And we've all heard that time and time again in network marketing, but some of us still sit here and wonder, okay, well, how do I do it? No, I've been in for a year. I've been in for 3 years. I've been in for 5 years. How do I go and enroll 20 personals in 30 days? Now, if you guys are new here, this should be easy for you. If you want it as bad as I wanted it, you'll get it done. It's not difficult. I did it in a way worse company where the price to get started was double, and the name on the company, if you looked it up, was just not good. I'll put it that way. And some of you guys know what I'm talking about. But nonetheless, man, how do you enroll 20 personals in 30 days? This is not coming from me. This is coming from someone that has built organizations in network marketing of 50,000 plus, drives a freaking or flies a 747 private jet anywhere he wants to go, has a $20 million studio that he built just off of network marketing earnings, right, over the course of his time in this game. So this is not my personal advice. This is from someone that taught me. Right. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to actually write this down with you guys. That way you can see it the way that I got to see it when I was watching GoPro. So how do you enroll 20 personals in 30 days? And so I'm going to do this as quick and efficient as I can. And then you guys can use this kind of as your own, I guess, game plan. That way, after this call, you're not sitting there like, I kind of missed some of it. He went kind of fast. Right. So first off, you have to understand what we do in network marketing. And there's 4 things. Right. So number 1, we sell. Number 2, we recruit, meaning leverage other people to make more money. Number 3, we duplicate, teach people to sell. And number 4, we lead. And this is just improving productivity. I don't even know if I'm spelling this right. And teams. Right? That's what we do. So when you first get started, you don't have a team. You don't have anybody to leverage. So what are you doing? You're selling. And if you don't like the word sell, I don't know what you're doing in network marketing, but that's what you do, man. You sell. And sales is the highest paying skill on the planet. So for people that are giving you slack for liking sales, tell them to keep doing what they're doing and you keep doing what you're doing and watch the time go by because that's what I've done and it's worked out pretty well for me. But selling, man, and what is selling? People buy you more than they buy anything else. But what do we sell? We sell financial literacy education, a travel platform, mentorship, access to community, all these things that Jay was referencing in terms of being around like-minded people, right? Like, I don't understand what's easier to sell than that. I got good at selling a depreciating asset in a car. You buy it and it's worth less right away. And then you call me a week later saying it does not working. Like the gas tanks doesn't fill up with gas. I don't freaking know. But I dealt with that for 3 years, man. And I made $180,000 a year doing that. Imagine how good you could be at doing something like this. What are you doing? You're selling the best thing in the world. We give people opportunity to make money and we teach them how to do it. They don't even have to know how to do it. They just click a freaking button. If you can't sell that and it's only $150, we got bigger problems, right? But then we recruit. What do we mean by we recruit? Well, when you get started and you raise your hand, if I asked everybody on this call that has a camera on, raise your hand if you think this is the best opportunity on the average for the average person to win on planet Earth, most of you would raise your freaking hand. That's why you're taking your Saturday morning to get on this call, right? If that's the case, why the hell wouldn't you share it with people? It doesn't make any sense. And so that's the recruiting aspect in my mind. If I think this is the best opportunity on the planet, if I'm making money, if I know people are making a crazy amount of money doing it and they're teaching me, then I'm going to share it with other people and we can do it together. That's what recruiting is to me in my mind. The third thing, we duplicate, we teach people how to sell. Joey told me this when I first got started, man. Teach enough people how to teach and you can go to the beach. Teach enough people how to teach and you can go to the beach, right? So you get to a point where you know how to sell, you know how to build this, you know how to invite, you know how to present, you know how to promote, you know how to close. You can teach people how to do things that you've already done. You can't teach them how to do things you haven't. I can't teach you guys how to go make 7 figures a year in network marketing. I haven't done it yet, right? But I can teach you how to get to 6 figures a year. And so my point is when you're duplicating, all you're doing is teaching people the things that you've already figured out. The fourth thing, we lead. And this is where once you get a little bit further down the road, you're doing what Josh and Jay are doing, man. And you're putting together your own Super Saturday trainings for your team. That way people are continuously getting value. You're helping people level up, not just inside of the trading space, but inside of life, right? And so those are the four things that we do. And then there's 2 bullet points that I have here and that he was talking about on GoPro. And the first one just says, in network marketing, slow and steady does not win the race. And the second thing is success loves speed. And so I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second so you guys can see me here. But here's one thing I'll tell you guys. Your story is everything. And I want you to pretend when this call gets over that you have a documentary crew following you around every freaking second. They're collecting your decisions. They're collecting your thought processes. They're watching the way you walk, the way you talk, everything about your life. And then at the end of the next couple years, there's going to be a movie made on what you do. And the question you got to ask yourself is that movie one that I've seen a million times, or is it one worth watching? Because most people will turn your freaking movie off in the first 15 minutes if it's something they've already seen or it's boring as hell, right? And so when you get started in network marketing, you got to go, man. You got to go. You get one shot at launching this. You get one shot at exposing your network as fast as you can. You get one shot at getting loud and being public with it and not caring what people say or think and just letting all limitations go. And that's what I did, man. When I first got started, I was like, oh shit. Okay, well, I quit my job. Back's against the wall. Pressure creates diamonds. I got 5 months worth of income saved up. I'm not making anything yet. I have nobody in my team, but I know I want to do this. And I'm seeing people make $100,000 a month that are no better than me. They've just been doing it longer. So how the hell do I fast track this thing? Well, I'm going to have to get done in a shorter amount of time every single day what they got done in a full day. And I've just done that every single day on repeat, man. But all I was doing was exactly what I just wrote down on that little piece of paper. Success loves speed. If I have to get more done in a smaller amount of time and I'm starting from ground zero, I'm going to have to put in more work. And so I'm trying to get done in a matter of 24 hours, 3 different days worth of what you get done in one day. That's the way I approached it, right? So success loves speed. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I could talk about that for so long just because your story is everything, man. The reason that a lot of you guys are even willing to listen to me right now is because I've been able to accomplish at least a decent amount of success in network marketing in a fair amount of time. If it took me 7 years and I started at 26 years old just to get to 6 figures a year, and I'm 35 years old at this point, sitting on a call telling y'all how to make 10 grand a month, it's not that special. But if I got there in a year and a half, it might be something that you guys are willing to do. Nobody wants to take the 7-year route to 6-figure income in anything, right? If I showed you a game plan and said, hey, this is what's going to take, and it said 7 years, you wouldn't even sign up. A year and a half, a lot of you would, right? And so you have to understand that really early on. Now, if you're freaking young and you're 19 or 20 years old, it's going to take time for you to develop some things that I had coming into this, like sales, like a network, like a little bit of credibility with people, communication skills. But nonetheless, man, success loves speed. Try to fast track this thing. Figure out for yourself how much work you are able to put in any given amount of time. And so here's a couple stats for you guys that are actually pretty crazy. 70% of all network marketers recruit 0 people. 20% recruit 1 to 2. 5% recruit 3 to 5. 3% recruit. I think I'm probably going to spell some of this stuff wrong, but between 6 and 9, and 1% recruit. Apologies, my typing is not the best, guys. Recruit 10 plus. And this group is the group that drives all momentum. Okay, so these are the stats, and you've already recruited somebody. Congratulations. You're already in the top 30% in network marketing. For real, man. It's crazy. Isn't that crazy? 30%, man. You're in the top 30 percentile as soon as you recruit one person. And then as soon as you recruit 3 to 5 people, you're in the top 5 percentile. And if you can get to 1K affiliate and above, congrats, man. You're in the 1%. That's insane. You're already in the 1%. Now start acting like it. Right? That's the whole idea here. And when you're thinking about driving all momentum, what does that mean? It means that you're going to go through so many freaking numbers that if you're like me and you're like Josh and you're like Jay and you've built a solid organization, you got a lot of people on your team that are getting started every single day. But if you notice, Josh and Jay aren't spending time every single day at this point in their career sitting there onboarding the newest member and sitting there for an hour and a half trying to get to know who they are. Why? Because they know that 70% of the freaking people that get started are never going to recruit a single person. So once you've put in enough work, you get to the point where you value your time and you work with the 1%. But if you aren't even the 1% yet, your goal is to get there and then help the few people you have in your team get there as well. Some of them aren't going to have the qualities, the desire, the coachability to do it in the first place. But that statistic line just goes to show, for those of you guys on this call, don't think that everyone that you get started is going to want this as much as you. Don't think that everyone that you get started is going to be able to recruit even 3 people, because they're probably not. And they're just it's a lack of belief more than anything, man. There's 8 billion people on this planet. It's a proven fact. You know, 1,000 people by their first name by the age of 18. Everyone should be able to show 10 to 15 people what we do. If you show 10 to 15 people Akashics, 3 to 5 of them are going to sign up, at least in my, I don't know, in my head, right? And so that's just something that you guys can kind of look at as far as statistics go and just understand, okay, that means I'm just going to have to sign up way more people. Because if 1 out of every 100 persons that I sign up is going to recruit 10 plus people, damn, I'm going to have to recruit a lot of people, right? Now, some of you guys on this call, you have a solid network. You have a solid group of people around you. These numbers can be a little different for everyone. For example, Charles, you're a good example, man. You hit 1K affiliate in your first couple weeks here, and 2 of your boys already hit 1K as well in the last week. 3 1Ks in a week, and we're about to head out to Dallas to you guys, which is super cool. But how rare is that? Josh and Jay, I mean, you guys are on this call. How rare is it that some person gets started under the age of 20, he's never done network marketing, hits 1K affiliate, and then 2 of his buddies hit it in the next week? It doesn't happen. So the thing that I'm telling you, Charles, Nathan, Dylan, etc., those are on the call, give yourself a pat on the back, but be ready, because it's not going to last forever. Not everyone you sign up is going to be able to get there. They're just not going to do it. You guys are the ones that have the ability to go out and just fast track it. You have the energy, you have the excitement, you got started right away, no second guessing it, all gas, no brakes, let's go. But you're going to find out really quickly, the majority of people that you get started do not have that level of desire to begin with. And so here we go, man. This is the preparation for you to be able to go and put in 20 personals in 30 days. Josh, I apologize, bro. I'll probably go like 10 minutes after 20 minutes or something like that, but okay, so we'll just do this. Preparation. Okay, and so number 1, commitment. And this is not, I'm going to try. What do I mean here? So your preparation is your commitment. Committing to putting in 20 and 30, right? You're committing to putting in 20 personals in 30 days. It's not, I'm going to try to. No, yeah, I'll do my best, man. Yeah, I'm going to make a list of a couple hundred people. I'm going to see, I'm going to feel it out. I'll let you know where my list comes out. No, bro. This is back against the wall. I'm shooting you in your freaking skull if you don't get it done, right? This is you giving yourself some form of an ultimatum, bro. Like, if I don't do this, something bad is going to happen. You got to give yourself some form of a chip on your shoulder. I don't know. If you're on this, here's a good one for you guys that don't want to think about doing anything like this. If you don't put 20 personals in the next 30 days, you got to start 75 hard. There's a good one for you. You know what I mean? It'll be a reward you don't want to deal with, but one that'll at least improve your life. You know, do something like that, man. That's what I'm saying, though. Number 1 is commitment. Find a way to actually trick yourself into believing I have to do this. And so if I was you guys and you actually do want to take that little route, go to your significant other or go to your freaking roommate or go to your mom or dad and tell them, hey, if I don't put in 20 personals in the next 30 days, I need you to fucking be on my ass to make me do 75 hard, because I need something to put my back against the wall and make me get this shit done. Otherwise, I'm not going to press as hard. That's commitment, man. Commitment is, I am not going to try. I'm going to get it done. Take the word try and take the word hope out of your dictionary. They don't exist for the next 30 days, right? You never saw Kobe Bryant going into freaking game 7 saying, yeah, we're going to try to win today, guys. I hope we get it done. Hell no. It was, we're going to win this freaking game or I'm going to chop off all my freaking limbs because I'm going to be so pissed off. Like that is the level of desire that you guys have to commit to getting it done in the first place. The next one is your sacrifice. And the question that you could ask yourself is, what will I give up? Is it the Netflix? Is it the video games? Is it the partying? Is it sports? Is it, I don't know, going out to eat with your significant other every other night? Is it, I don't know, man. What is it for you? What are your sacrifices? Who are you willing to cut out? What are you willing to give up? How much time are you willing to spend? How much earlier are you willing to wake up? How much later you want to stay up? What is your sacrifice? You have to be able to take inventory on your life, right? And say, okay, if what I'm doing right now isn't working, I'm going to have to do more. A lot of the times, for those of you that have been in network marketing for a little while now, you overcomplicate the process. You get wrapped up, you get overwhelmed and not being where you want to be, and you start thinking you need to do something different. No, you know what to do. You're just not doing enough of it. It's a numbers game, man. It's volume. It's reaching out to people every single day. It's all of these different income producing activities, but a lot of times it's doing more than you want to do. It's doing more than you're comfortable doing. So what is that sacrifice for you, right? Number 3, ask others to sacrifice. What does this mean? Well, this is you going to your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your boss, your manager, your grandma, grandpa, kids, I don't know who, but whoever's in your life that you give a lot of time and priority to, you going to them and telling them, hey, look, are you on the same train as me? Yes. Okay, cool. So you don't want me to have a job 12 months from now and you want us to be able to live a free life. You want to be able to travel. You don't have to work either, right? Yeah. Okay, great. Well, here's the thing. For us to get there, I'm going to need a sacrifice from you too, because I'm going to go on the biggest run of my life. I am here to win and I want to do this faster. I don't want to take the next 3 years just to get to the point where you can get out of your job. So what I need from you is to allow me to stay locked in and to hold me accountable for that. So I know Friday nights, generally speaking, we go watch a movie every Friday and then we get some drinks after. Sorry, babe, not happening for the next 30 days. I got to stay locked in, right? Whatever that is for you, it's asking the people around you that you give the most time to that may not be in network marketing and building this actively. It's you going to them and just having the conversation and saying, hey, man, are you willing to give up this so that we can get here, right? I don't even know, man. If you want it as bad as I did, it's going to your boss and saying, hey, man, with all due respect, I can't work late the next 30 days. I can't do it. I have a project I'm working on right now. I'm trying to get further along in life. I'm really locked in on it. And I just ask that you allow me to leave right when I'm supposed to. Whatever it is for you, right? Everyone has their own sacrifices and their own people that they're going to need to talk to. Number 4 is negotiate. What do we mean? This is a negotiation with yourself, right? So here's an example. Set how much time you are going to spend working. Let's see, hours per day, hours per week, total hours. Track this, man. Track this. How many some of you guys that aren't doing this full time right now and you have a boss or a job or you have, kids or something else that is taking your time and attention off of this. For me, this is all day, every day, and it always has been. I don't have anything else holding me back. This is just it. So for me, this was really easy to do. It's 24 hours a day as far as I'm concerned. But for those of you guys that have things going on, this is where you need to take inventory on your day, right? I've said it time and time again on the overview calls. Millionaires plan in hours, billionaires plan in minutes, average people live day to day. So if you can't break your day down in terms of hours, I don't know how the hell you expect to get any further, right? And so for those of you that are trying to take this thing to the next level, you want to go put 20 personals in the next 30 days. Here's the thing, man. You got to get dialed in on how much time you're spending right now. First, take inventory on that. How many productive hours? Not busy. It's easy to be busy. You can sit on a couch on your phone and say you're doing busy work. But how much productive work are you getting done? Income producing activities, right? And so track that. And then ask yourself, how many hours a day, once you prioritize your time, whatever's most important to you, right? So family, kids, health, wealth, whatever. How much time are you spending a day? How much time are you spending a week? How many total hours in the next 30 days will it be that you spend? And then as you do it, starting tomorrow, when the clock starts, that's when we're starting this thing. We're not waiting until Monday. We're not waiting until Tuesday. Oh, I got work. I got church. No, we're starting tomorrow. I don't care what you got. No day is going to get easier. The faster you start, the sooner you'll see results. That's the way I see it. But track your total hours spent while you're on this run, right? And so number 5 is to clear the decks. This is simple. This is you eliminating everything that's going to hold you back. Success is more so not what are you not doing, it's what are you need to stop doing. It's a process of elimination. What are the habits? What are the vices? What are the distractions, right? Who are the people holding you back? Clear the decks. So if it's people, have the conversation once again. Hey, I need you to let me be for the next 30 days. No, boys, I'm not going out. We're not doing the dollar beer nights. I'm not watching the games with y'all. We're not doing the one night games, sports gambling and doing the games at your parents' crib. No, none of that, man. It's clear the freaking decks. This is all I'm focused on for the next 30 days so that I can get my damn thing off the ground. I'm tired of being in the same damn spot. I know success loves speed. My story needs to be one people here. Bing. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Clear the decks. What's the next one? Tools needed. Here we go. Tools needed. Tools needed. So this is things that you need to provide yourself with, right? Like what links, resources, calls, etc. So for example, right, you're getting started, you're gonna put in 20 personals the next 30 days. If you're brand new here, especially, this is something you'll need to take into consideration and write this stuff out, man. Like take this game plan I'm doing with you guys right now and then put the details on it. Like go through it, fill it out like it's your business plan. It'll help, I promise. And so you're looking at this, what are the links, resources, calls, etc. Well, we run a nightly overview call every single night. So if you're not confident enough to run your own presentations, invite to that. That's a resource you need on deck, right? Okay, what other things? Maybe you go to Josh and Jay and you say, hey man, I'm not confident closing every single person on my team right now, but I know you guys could help. I really want to go and I want to make this run happen. Can I call you guys? Can I add you guys to group chats? Can I throw you in 3-way closing calls to help me get over the hump here? I guarantee you they say yes, right? It's you going to Tippa, you going to Marissa, you going to Andrew, you going to anybody that you can work with that you know can help you get off the ground. Let them know what you're doing here and then tell them, hey, I need you to be a resource to me. If I have a ton of people on the call tonight, can I help? Can you help me close some of them? Can you help me plug some of them into the group chats? Can you onboard a couple of them? Absolutely, bro. Right? That's what we're here to do. That's what you have here is leveraging other people. Leveraging other people isn't just the people you signed up. It's the people that that are above you in this game that can help you as well. You need to leverage them, right? Number 7, pick a start date. I'm picking this for us. Pick a start date. And here you go. 2/23/25. Boom. That's simple, man. Everybody delays their start. You don't have to be great to start. You got to start to be great. It's that simple, man. Put your foot down. All gas, no brakes. Let's get it done. The next one, warm up your list. Don't pitch. Start conversations. So if you don't already have a list of names, this is where you're going to go through your contacts, go through your Snapchat, go through your Instagram, go through anything and everything you can to get a number of names. And I want you to just start planting seeds right now, today, tomorrow. You're planting seeds. Hey, man, how's life? Hey, bro, I saw you just had a baby. Congrats. Hey, man, happy belated birthday. Hey, man, how are you and the girl doing? How's work? It's creating conversations, planting seeds so that you can start to get feelers for who's even going to respond to you when you go and you really do this thing. So the more seeds you plant, the more trees that can grow, right? Pretty simple. The more people you talk to and you plant seeds with, the more conversations you're going to be in when you go to launch this. So if you don't have any conversations rolling, it's going to be you just cold calling pretty much. You're pretty much just going to be putting people on the spot all day, every day. It's a little bit easier if you have a little bit of conversation rolling, right? So all you're doing is you're warming up your list first. And then this is the last thing, man. Imagine it already done. 20 recruits in the next 30 days. That's simple, man. If you can't see this being done, if you can't see there being 20 personals in your business in the next 30 days, it's not going to happen, right? You can't you can't expect to get to the nearest McDonald's outside of your state right now without plugging it into a GPS, at least in any efficient amount of time. Your GPS is here. So you got to be able to imagine that, man. What's it going to be like when I put 20 personals in 30 days? Here's what I can tell you it's going to be like because I've done this. Well, you put 20 personals in 30 days. My team does half of what I do. Okay. So Andrew goes and puts in at least 10. Now I have 30 people in my business in the next 30 days. That's pretty freaking cool. Well, then that means that Jake and Ryan are going to go put in at least five. There's 40 right there. Then their people are going to put in a couple. Wow, I'm probably going to have 100 freaking people in my business in the next 30 days because what I do duplicates. They all do half of what I do, and they follow my feet, not my mouth. I promise you, man. That is how I've built this from the ground up day after day, is always leading by example and just signing people up, man. That's what you get paid to do. Present, promote, and prospect. That's it, man. The three P's all day, every day, 24/7. The more people you show, the more people that'll sign up, the more money in your bank account. This is the last thing I'm going to put on here, and then I'm going to pass it over to the next speaker to close this thing out. Just remember this one, man. All business is conversation. If you have not heard that little term inside of network marketing yet, you will not, you will hear it several more times, at least from me. And the reason that is because we are in the easiest business in planet Earth, man. I literally was in Dick's Sporting Goods picking up a pair of shorts yesterday, and there's a dude sitting behind the counter, and he's sitting there, and there's a couple grandmas with bags and stuff, and they're like, "Hey, where are the visors at?" And he's like, they're right back there," and he's pointing at them. I can see them too. And they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, "Give me a couple minutes, I'll show you." And he's shaking his head. And I used to work at Dick's Sporting Goods, and I just said, "Bro, I used to work here. I remember that like it was yesterday." He's like, "Yeah, bro, it's not the best." And I said, "What if I had a way for you to replace your income in the next couple months, even if it was just alongside this, and so that you didn't have to do this every day?" And he said, "Well, what is it?" And I said, "I can't explain it right now, but let me grab your contact, man. You got an Instagram?" He said, "Absolutely." Got his Instagram, kept it moving. That's a conversation. I didn't say anything about what we're doing. But that's how simple what we do really is, man. You could grab your server's contact. You could grab the dude at the gym that you always see, but you never say hi to. You could grab his contact. You could grab the person that replaced the windshield on your car's contact. That was the first in-person contact I ever got the day I got back from an event. He replaced my windshield. I went up and I knocked on his car before he took off, and I said, "Hey, man, how do you like doing this? I know you don't like doing this. You're replacing my freaking windshield in the middle of the summer in Arizona. There's no way you like this. So, hey, man, what if I had a way for you to start building additional streams of income on your own time? Would you be open to checking something out?" What is it? I can't explain it all right now, man. I would if I could. Do you have an Instagram? Do you have a contact I can grab? Yeah, sure. Great. Hit him up. It's that simple, man. So all business is conversation. The more people you talk to about what it is that you're excited about, the more money you will make in this game. And so I encourage you guys to keep it simple. Hopefully you guys got some value out of that, but just use that game plan for yourselves, man. I hope you guys were taking notes or take a screenshot of it or something, and then go back and use it. Like literally use it. If you go put 20 personals in the next 30 days and you come to me afterwards and you say, "Hey, Noah, I didn't get anything out of that," I'll be amazingly surprised. I guarantee you, if you put in 20 personals in the next 30 days, you'll be 5K affiliate by the end of or by the end of March. 100%. You could be at ground zero right now. You could have zero people in your business. If you put 30 people in this, or 20 people in the system in the next 30 days, even if you start now and a couple of them count for this month, I guarantee you hit 5K affiliate. If not, I'll freaking help you get there myself, or I'll start giving you personals. I don't even care. But I promise you it'll work, man. So that being said, I'm going to pass this over to my guy, Josh Amundsen. I know a lot of you guys already know him, and he's someone I've had the pleasure to work with for the last 6 months or so inside of this platform. And he knows how to do this at a high level, man. He's got a lot of experience in the game. He's one of the cleanest minded people in the network marketing space, I believe, in terms of being able to put systems together and understanding the analytics and the numbers behind the scenes, and just being able to really go back and help you guys kind of like, what do we talk about in trading? What is it? What is it? Back testing? Back testing? Josh, you're somebody that even has helped me like back test my business and understand what it is that I can improve on to really take this thing to the next level, man. And he's somebody that I know will be able to impact not only the people that are already inside his team, but the people outside of it. I know there's probably a couple people on here that aren't a part of his organization right now. And if you haven't got a chance to listen to this dude, I guarantee you get some value out of it. He's always got a couple tips and tricks, whether it be social media or something like that for me. And so it's blessed to be partnered with you, man. I appreciate you letting me hopping on here and sharing some value with the squad. And I'll let you close this thing out. Apologies for going a little over, but I know we're kind of behind schedule as is. So I'll
Bro, you
place the
crushed
spotlight
that,
here.
bro. Don't
All
even
you,
worry
bro.
about it. Don't even worry about it, bro. You absolutely crushed it. Guys, can we drop some threes in the chat for Noah? That was absolutely insane, man. I like listening, to Noah on these calls, man, because I learn something every single time. You know what I mean? He's one of the best leaders that I've ever personally met. And I also know exactly who he's getting mentored by. So it's super, super cool to see that. But Noah, I appreciate you. I love that you said, don't think everyone who gets started in this business is going to take it as serious as you. The barrier to entry into this, what, 149 bucks? Dude, I spent that on dinner last night. You know what I mean? People spend that all the time, right? It's not hard to join the business. Guess what? It is hard to do. Win in the business. Okay. People don't take it serious because it's not a high barrier of entry, right? It is, 180 the first month now. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. But I like that you said that, Noah. That was very, very cool. I also like that you said, what are you willing to sacrifice? I remember the same mentor that me and Noah both had. The dude's doing 7 figures a month, right? He said on a call that me and Noah both heard. He's like, what are you willing to sacrifice in order to get what you want? And he said something on the call. He was like, how about this? He was like, take your TV out of your room until you hit $10,000 a month. He's like, are you willing to do that? And I sat there and thought to myself, I was like 20 years old. I'm 27 now. I was like 20, 21 years old. And I was like, I mean, if it means that I'll win and make a 6 figure plus income online, I was like, yeah, I'm willing to do that. I literally did it until I hit $10,000 a month. Okay. So I'm just asking you guys, Noah brought up a good point. What are you willing to sacrifice? Literally anything. Okay. So I thought that was really, really cool, guys. But I'm just going to share a couple things that are really, really important. And we're going to start it off. I'm going to, share my screen so you guys can write this stuff down. If you have, or excuse me, if you don't have a whiteboard yet in your room, you need to get a whiteboard. If you don't have sticky notes yet that have your goals on it, 250K, right? Whatever your goal is, all over your entire place, on your fridge, sideways when you wake up in your bed, looking at the wall, under the toilet seat, whatever you got to do, right? You got to have your goals everywhere. Maybe not under the toilet seat, right? But really important to get a whiteboard so you can write your team down, write your goals down, look at it every single day, and also have your your sticky notes so you can write goals constantly. Okay. So one of the first things that I wrote down when I got started in this business, I've literally had it written down on my whiteboard for 6 years now. 6 years now. It'd probably be pretty hard to erase. Okay. And one of my guys, Kessler, on this call actually told me and Jay this right when we got started, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. So this is called the 8 laws of leadership. Okay. I want you to write these down and put them on your whiteboard. Look at them every single day. I want you to look at it like this. Like these are like the commandments of this business, right? Like you want to do these every single day, every single week, all the time, and constantly be getting better at them. All right. So number one is you want to meet with your team or the team if you don't have one each week. Meet with your team once a week minimum. Okay. Every single week, you meet up with them in person, minimum in person. Okay. If you don't have a team in person, Zoom, right? Number two is create leaders. Okay. When I got started in this business, ladies and gentlemen, I learned how to educate and inform people, prospects on what we were doing. And I could get people started really, really easily. Okay. I learned how to do it fast. I wasn't good when I first got started, but I learned how to do it. Well, guess what I did? All the people I was getting started in the business, I knew I was good at it and I wanted to grow my organization fast. So, you know what I did? I didn't teach them anything about how to prospect, present, or promote. I told all the people I was getting started on my team, hey, listen, if you have someone interested in trading, just shoot me their phone number. I will reach out to them. I'll present to them and I'll sign them up under your link and I'll log into your account and I'll place them for you in your business. I did everything for the people on my team. Yes, my business was growing. Yes, people were hitting ranks. I remember someone hit, or multiple people hit a $600 a month rank and they started getting 150 bucks a week. And they're like, dude, like what happened? I'm like, I've been building your business. They don't even know what was happening. But you know what happened to me? I was damn near going crazy, right? I didn't have anyone who knew how to be a leader. I didn't have anyone that was independent. Nobody knew how to set someone up. Nobody knew how to present. Nobody knew how to, invite people. Nobody knew how to do anything except me because it was me, me, me. I knew I was good, right? Well, I'm only one person. You can carry one person on your back, right? You can maybe carry two people on your back. If you really got it like that, you can possibly carry three, but that's it. You need to create leaders that are independent, that know how to do this business. They know how to invite, they know how to present, they know how to enroll people, they know how to train them, right? So, number two, create leaders. Number three, personal development. Every single day, you want to do 30 minutes of personal development every day. 30 minutes every day without miss. Okay. This is important because this is how you sharpen your axe. This is how you get better at the things you're doing every day, right? You're going to get better at anything by doing it every day. But imagine studying people for 30 minutes a day who are really good at it and continuing to do it every single day, right? You got to get sharper, learn new things, find out different systems, different methods, different ways of prospecting, presenting, promoting. So, personal development, 30 minutes a day. Number four is you have to have a burning desire. Dude, you got to fire yourself up. I'm talking anything you have to do to get your vibration higher, anything you have to do to get your energy pumping, you got to do whatever that is for you. Go ahead and do it, right? Some people drink energy drinks every day. Some people drinking caffeine, right? Some people, blast music and start jumping up and down. Whatever you got to do to get a burning desire going and get fired up and excited, that has to happen every single day, right? Number five, the team always comes first. Okay. A lot of you have never been business owners before, right? Actual business owners. Okay. You have to understand that your business is your baby. You need to put your team first. Okay. Your team becomes before, anything else that isn't serving or benefiting you towards your goals. Okay. It has to come before, like Noah said, football nights, hangout sessions, going out. Your team's got to come first. Priority. Okay. This is your baby. If you don't help your baby, what's going to happen to it? Probably going to die. Okay. So, sorry to get cynical, but that's the reality of it. Okay. You need to put your team first in order to win big. Okay. Number six is lead by example. Okay, lead by example. Like Noah said, they literally do what you do, they don't do what you say. You can tell your team exactly how to do stuff and what they got to do. In the end of the day, they're literally watching you. Your organization is watching you every single day. They're watching what you're doing. How are you doing it? What are you doing? Right? They're going to do what you do. So you need to lead by example, like Noah was saying. Number seven, start each day at zero. Okay. If I were to sit back, I'm 27 years old. I've been doing this business full time for 6 years now. If I were to sit back and think about every single presentation I've done, every single person I've prospected, every single call, events, everything, if I were to sit there and think about it every day, I would start to probably get overwhelmed. Right. So I learned to start every day at zero. Start with a fresh, clean slate every day. Pretend as if you haven't done anything. Okay. I don't care what rank you are. I don't care how much money you make in this business. You got to start every day at zero. One, to keep yourself sane, but two, so you have a level playing ground every day. It's a clean slate. You're starting with a fresh mindset every single day as if you haven't done anything. Okay. And then the last one, this is really important. You need to create your legacy. Okay. People that you prospect that see the information of this business, guess what? You want to build such a good legacy that even if someone tells you no, I don't want to join, they still respect you. They're like, you know what? I didn't get started with that person. They showed me what they were doing. It just wasn't for me, but I respect them, right? Because they were respectful, they work hard, and they were great at, obviously just showing me the information. Okay. You don't want to build your business on a house of lies. You don't want to build it on a house of cards, right? You want to create your legacy. So no matter what happens in this industry, you're building your personal brand. People know you to be good, ethical, moral, doing legal business, right? You want to build a great legacy because guess what? Your name is all you got, right? Your brand is all you got. Anybody ever heard this quote? It takes 30 years to build your reputation, 30 seconds to destroy it. Okay. Trust me when I say create your legacy. All right. So those are the 8 laws of leadership. Put them on your whiteboard. Look at them every day and then give these 8 laws of leadership to your team, to your leaders. Okay. The next thing I want to write down or show you guys real quick is I want to show you the daily goals. Okay. So real quick, I'm going to reshare this so you guys can hyper focus on it. So right here, these are the daily goals, in my opinion, on how to go hit the 50K rank. Okay. 50K rank in this company pays an average of $12,000 a month at that rank. All right. Now, understand there's other things you're going to be doing along the way to help you hit this rank, but these are like the core principles, in my opinion. All right. Number one, all of us leaders, we prospect 10 new people a day about the business, whether it's calling them, which is the most effective method, in person, obviously prospecting them, texting them if you want, voice messaging them, but it's 10 people every single day. All right. If you were to prospect 10 people a day about our business over the course of 30 days, how many people in 1 month are finding out about your business? Someone put it in the chat. Anybody know? 300. Yup, tip is coming in hot. If you prospect 10 people a day over 30 days, that's 300 people finding out about your business. Imagine you have 10 people on your team now one day, okay? And they're all prospecting 10 people a day, right? How many people every single day just from your team are finding out about this business? Okay, not even just you. If you have 10 people in your business and they're also prospecting 10 people a day, how many people a day are finding out about your business? 100. Now imagine if we did that for 30 days. You guys see where the duplication comes in? That's 3,000 people a month. 3,000 people a month finding out about your business. Okay. So that's why we give these daily goals to everyone in our organization, because they need to learn how to create duplication, right? It's very, very cool. So the next thing is you want to follow up with 10 previous prospects, old people, about the business. Okay. 80% of people who ever join, it's going to be because you reach back out to them. You followed up with them. When you prospect someone, right? Everyone has a busy life. Everyone has things going on. They don't remember that you prospected to them very quickly. Okay. You have to reach back out to people and remind them, prospect them, follow up with them, right? That's how you get most people to actually make a commitment to changing their life. Okay. Most people don't make the decision the first time you prospect them. Okay. You want to post on social media 3 to 5 times a day about not just trading, but also, the gym, personal development, significant other, pets, food, quotes that you like, and trading and Akashics. Okay. Your story is meant to show what a day-to-day life looks like, in your, obviously world, but you also want to mention trading and investing on your story. Okay. Every day. Personal development for 30 minutes a day. These are the different categories that you want to do personal development in. It's communication, leadership, mindset / belief, and network marketing. Okay. Number 6 is use the products and services. Okay. I've seen this a lot where people are on such a big goal to build their business that they stop using the products and services because they're so locked in and creating residual income. You want to remember every day to do tap the trades, to be on trading sessions, to use the products and services so you can obviously keep your belief high and get better at trading. Okay. Number 6, the highest income earners in this business are the best promoters. Have you guys seen me in the Telegram chats? I'm just promoting shit all the time, right? I'm posting calls, I'm dropping this, I'm dropping that. The highest paid earners in this industry are the best promoters. So that's why number 6 is promote the most recent or upcoming Akashics events, trading events, right? Company events on Telegram and social media. Okay. I don't promote all of the stuff on Telegram and social media because, necessarily I want to. I do it because that's one of the daily goals. So guess what? If you're someone on here that wants to become a top earner, you got to become good at promoting the things that we have going on, right? If you see, for an example, Joey Wilson's call that he has on Wednesday, right? The dude's a multimillionaire, makes millions of dollars a year in this industry. He has a call on Wednesday. If you see that it hasn't been posted for 2-3 days, post it in the telegrams. Give everyone a reminder, right? That's one of the daily goals. Okay. Message number 7, message in the team group chats every day. Okay. Joey Wilson, when I got started, guys, he told me this. He goes, I want you to pretend like this Telegram group chat is yours. I want you to pretend like this is your team. And I want you to message in there every single day. And I go, I was like, I'm brand new. I was like, what do I say? I don't know what to say. And he was like, dude, post some sort of value, post a positive quote, post something about, positivity with the business, post something about positivity with trading. anything, just talk in the Telegram as much as you can. Because he says, guess what? One day, if you want to become a top earner, when you actually get that size team, you'll already be used to talking to all of them inside the Telegram chats. Okay. So I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to pretend like the One Mission group chat is yours. I want you to pretend like, whatever group chat you're in is yours. Okay. Like it's your team. Don't you think that your team would want to hear from you at least every day, once a day? Right? Probably. So treat it as if it's yours. Start talking on Telegram every day. Now, number 8 and 9, these are income producing activities. Set up and complete 3 to 5 presentations a day. So 3 to 5 people seeing the information every day, some way, shape, or form. Okay. The best way to do it is to personally present the information to them. All right. Now, number 9, sign up one new personal every single day. Okay. That's just a daily goal that we all have, is like, who can I get started today? Every single day, who can I get started in the business? Who can I help start their trading journey? It's just a goal. Now, do we get people started every single day of our life? No, of course not, right? We're human. However, that's a goal that we have every day, is to get a new person started. Okay. Now, right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first audio that you should listen to if you want to go out and create a 6-figure residual income. This is GoPro by Eric Worre. It's 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. This is on Apple Music, and it's also on Spotify. Okay. I believe it's on YouTube as well, but I would do Apple Music or Spotify. That audio changed my life. I was 21 years old. I was putting people in, right? I was getting people started, of course, but I had no idea how to actually go out and become a professional. I had no idea how to actually go out and build a big business, right? That audio changed my entire life. It gave me the steps on how to become a pro. And guess what? Professionals make over $10,000 a month. Okay. If you're not at $10,000 a month yet, I wouldn't consider you a professional in this industry. Okay. So that's why I've listened to that audio 5 to 10 times. I took notes on it. I'm like, I gotta learn this, man. I gotta learn this. Okay. And probably by the 3rd or 4th time that I listened to it, I became a 6-figure earner. Okay. Now, another great resource that I love is Matt Morris's YouTube channel. This is how we learn stuff like invite, present, enroll, train, IPET, right? This is how we learn certain ways to close sales, certain ways to prospect people, cold market, warm market, how to motivate your team to take action, right? That YouTube channel is absolutely insane. There's a bunch of 3 to 5 minute videos that'll change your life with your business. Every day, I listen to 3 videos from Matt Morris. Okay. When I listen to the videos, I take notes on the videos, excuse me, and then I go teach my team, my leaders, what I learned, right? I hold leadership calls, I teach it. And so I would recommend you listen to that 3 videos a day once you complete this audio. Okay. Now, one thing I want to go over real quick is we're gonna go back over to this drawing board. Okay. We're not gonna be on here for too much longer, but I promise you this is gonna be good information. Okay. So there is something called the success formula. Okay. This is called the success formula. And when I first listened to, or when I first heard about this, I was blown away. Okay. This is how, like, every single successful entrepreneur and business owner, celebrity, they all had success through this formula. Okay. So the first step in having success with this formula is you have to get attention. Okay. Hey. You got to get loud, right? You got to get people's attention. You got to get people's eyes on you, on what you're doing, right? Guys, if you were going to start a cookie shop in your local city, right? And you believe truly that this is the best cookies on the entire planet, you would want to tell everyone in the city that you just started a cookie shop. They're the best cookies in the entire world. You have to come try them at least once, right? You would tell every single person that you know, right? You need to let people know that you have the deal. Okay. So for this business, when I started it with Jay, we got loud. We got really loud. Here's the reality of it, guys. People are going to have opinions. People are going to talk shit, whatever. Guess what? If they don't have the exact lifestyle that you want, don't buy their opinion, right? There's, when I was, get started in the business, some of my friends' dads were talking shit about what I was doing in this business, but I'm like, man, I probably shouldn't listen to that guy that's making $50,000 a year at a bank. And I'm like, that's not what I want. I don't care that you have a house, that you have a full-time job. You don't have the results I want. So I'm not going to listen to your opinion. Okay. So you got to get loud. You have to get attention. Okay. You gotta let every single person know that, or that you know that you do this. Think about this. Okay, here's a good indication. If every single person that you know heard your name, would they think about trading? Does every single person that know that you do this? Every person. Okay. Guess what? Me and Jay, every single person that knows us knows that we trade and invest. Every person, right? Every single person. So that's a clear indication if you're being loud enough, if you're getting enough attention. Okay. Number two. All right. Number two in the success formula is criticism. Okay. When you start getting loud, your friends and your family, you know what they're going to do? They're going to be like, hey, listen, I get you're going after your goals. I get you just started this business, but you're being kind of loud and people know that I know you and I hear people talking like, can you quiet down a little? Can you just not be so loud and aggressive, right? You're going to start getting criticism from family and friends because you're getting loud, okay? Now, this is a good thing. This shows that you're starting to get enough attention, okay? When you get criticism, okay? Now, the third thing is you're going to get haters. Okay. And I'm not like haters, man. I'm talking about people having anger towards everyone reaching success. These are people that develop like a burning passion against what you're doing. It almost preoccupies their entire life just to tell everyone that what you're doing is not right. It's bad. It's not a good business. No one makes money doing those things, right? You're going to have haters, but guess what haters are going to do? Haters are going to spread the information 10 times faster than you can. They're using emotion to spread the information about what you're doing. I remember me and Jay, when we were in college and we first started this business, dude, there was like mobs of people that were just talking smack about me and Jay. They would be at parties and taking pictures like Forex and stuff like that and posting on their stories. Tons of people found out about what we were doing in a very short period of time. But guess what? There was people at those parties. There was people that knew those people that in their head, guess what happened? They're thinking, man, this guy's a goofball. And he's already not very intelligent himself. I'm gonna go reach out to Josh and Jay and find out what they're doing for myself. Happened a million times. Okay. You need haters because they promote you faster than you could ever imagine. And now here's the last one of the success formula. Okay. Repetition. Did I spell that right? Let's just say repeat. Okay. Repeat. You need to do it again. Attention, criticism, haters. Repeat. Attention, criticism, haters. Repeat. Attention, criticism, haters. Over and over and over. Guys, you see the Kardashians do it. You saw all these different celebrities doing it. They're posting crazy shit to get attention, to get criticism, to eventually get haters that promote them even more and they make more money. Everyone in the world that's very successful uses this formula. But guess what happens? After a while, you get success. Okay. Guess what also you get? You get admiration. Okay. People go from, I don't know that person to let me tell you how I know that person. Okay. So this is a success formula. I learned this by Grant Cardone. If you guys know who that is, he had a seminar and he spoke about it on YouTube. And when I found this out, I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Jay, we got to get loud. We got to tell everyone and not give a shit what anyone thinks. And guess what happened, guys? We ended up having success. We ended up changing tons of people's lives. We've helped hundreds of people go full time in this business, quit their jobs, right? And it's all because we followed this formula right here. Okay. Now, one of the last things I'm going to share, and then we're going to wrap this call up, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a leader on this call and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, man, how do I motivate my team to take action? Anybody ever thought that before? Drop a one in the chat if you've ever wondered how to motivate your team to take action. How do I motivate the people in my business to take action? Okay, has anybody ever wondered that? Well, guess what? You don't. Exactly like Landon said, you don't motivate them. You don't hit them up and motivate them. You know what you do? Obviously, you're coaching and guiding them and everything like that. You go help other people on your team create success stories, help new people hit ranks, help new people become funded, help new people reach some sort of success, make some money in the business, and then promote the new people that are having success. Promote them on social media, promote them in the group chats. You know what's going to happen to your team that's not motivated, the other people? They're going to see you crushing it with new people. That's going to motivate them. They're going to imagine this. Imagine you and I were working together for the last month. I was individually coaching and training you. I was helping you out. I was teaching you the system, right? Me and you on this call. And let's say you fizzled out a little bit. You hit a stump in your business. You stop showing up to our calls that we have together. You kind of been MIA. Well, I'm gonna go get a new person started. Right? Let's say I got this new person started. I'm going to help them hit the rank of 5K. I'm going to help them, pass their challenge account, understand how this business works. And I'm going to promote the hell out of them on social media. I'm going to give them tons of recognition. And you're going to end up seeing me a month later promoting this person and be like, damn, I was just working with him. I was just locked in. I was just doing that. That could have been me, right? That's how you motivate your team to take action. Create new success stories. Find new leaders, build new teams. Find new leaders, build new teams. Okay. So hopefully you guys gained a bunch of value on this call. One thing I want to say real quick is we are going to have a tap to trade presentation call on Tuesday, February 25th at 9 p.m. Central Time. Okay. We're going to try to have Matt and Joey hop on this call, guys. But dude, the last previous calls that we did for this, we were having hundreds of people register for these calls. Okay. So I'm telling you what, man, we got 8 days left this month. Think about it. 8 days for you to go out and crush it at the highest level you possibly can. Every single person here can go out and at minimum hit the 1K rank by the end of the month, right? Every single person here, in my opinion, can go hit the 5K rank by the end of the month. You have to lock in, dude. The rest of the day, just sit down, grab a coffee, whatever you got to do, and go crazy with packing this call out. Okay. Now, what we're going to do for this call that's really, really cool is we have a Zoom registration link. Okay. I have a Zoom registration link. It's right here. There's also taptotrade.biz. It'll lead them to this. They're actually going to have to get registered for this call. Okay. They're going to get registered for this call. And once you have them registered, ask them for a screenshot of their confirmation. That's how you know they did it. Then keep track of who you get registered so you know who you need to hit up right before the call starts to tell them it's live. And once you get the screenshot, drop it in your group chat that you're in. Okay, whether you're in like Noah's group chat or whatever the case may be, drop the screenshot of your new confirmation and say another one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we need to get 300 people registered on this call. Okay, let's get 300 people registered. Okay, I've already been blasting it through text messages to thousands of people, right? Because I have different services that I pay for that'll blast out. Obviously, text messages. I posted on social media, sent it in all the group chats. I've let the whole entire team know already. I'm gonna post. It's already posted in the Telegram chats. This is already posted. Okay, now what we're gonna do is whoever can get the most people registered and actually on the call. You need to keep track on paper, write down the people. Whoever can get the most people registered on this call that actually show up. Whoever has the most people show up to the call is going to win a crypto cash prize, okay? You're going to send me your crypto wallet and I'm going to send you a crypto cash prize, okay? Your coin of choice, man. Let me know what you want. You want some XRP? You want some Bitcoin? Let me know. We're going to do this promo. Whoever can get the most people on this call, you got to have video proof of it and write their names down. But I'm telling you guys, there's 8 days left this month. Do not wait. Do not slack off. Take massive action. Reach out if you need help, right? We're all, I like to say this. You're in business for yourself. You're building your own business. You're a business owner. You have your own trading accounts, all that. But we're not in business by ourselves. We're here as a community. We're here as a team. We are here to help people. When I got started, I was harassing my mentors with questions. Okay. So I encourage you to do the same. I hope you guys have a beautiful Saturday. Let's hit the ground running. The weekends make up 24 to 48% of your entire week. Do not take the weekends off because we're not going to live a regular life. Okay. Everyone have a great day and I'll see you in the next call.